but Zoom's just connecting to YouTube. I'm a bit rusty on when it actually starts going live, so
Listen, every camera guy I work with is a jackass, so don't worry about it. It's perfect. You fit right in there. It's a good thing you gotten. If you wasn't so good at arm wrestling, you could have been in the weirdo camera guy championships.
I could have been. I could have.
You got too good. You got too good.
All right, man. We are live on YouTube now. So, ladies and gents, YouTube, welcome. We got Travis, the Beast Bagent, online with us this morning. This evening.
Yeah! What's happening? What's happening, Australia? You
man,
you motherfuckers got me.
Yeah.
Got me. I bought a plane ticket from DC to LA. I never got my loop back. When I get over there, one of you Aussies is gonna pay for that shit.
You know, you're lucky, man. We almost trapped you down here. You were what, 4 days away from getting on an international flight to Brisbane or something, to Melbourne.
I'd be married. I'd be married with kids by now in Australia if I'd have got on that plane.
Oh man! But anyway, we will get you out to Australia at some point. I'm sure it'll happen. But man,
listen, if these things open up and you take somebody else over there, our relationship is over, bro. Over. There's no way that I got skipped over during the COVID season. No fucking way. I'm in.
Yeah. What about you in Dubai? You tempted by Dubai? Everyone's going to Dubai.
No, listen. Dubai's like that girl in the 8th grade that banged everybody, and then in the 9th grade, she's winking at you, babe. You gotta wink at me in the 7th grade, not after you let all those guys run through you in the 8th grade. No way. Okay. I'm too cool. When I go, I'm going to Abu Dhabi, and I'm doing something bigger than what them guys are doing.
Okay.
Although they are blowing up over there. So Larry Wills done a lot for our sport.
They're giving us a lot to talk about in a time when there's not much to talk about. So that's good. Levan's looking monstrous, and Larry's coming along strong, and Michael's probably going to be in the best shape he's ever been in. But who knows if they get a match out of it in the end. But anyway, the reason, YouTube, that we've got Travis Bagent here on live right now is because February 6th, 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, we're going to be doing a Travis Bagent seminar. Travis, what are we going to be doing in that seminar? What are we going through?
Well, it's going to be a little different than most of the terrible guests that you've had in the past. Okay, I am not going to be broad when it comes to arm wrestling. I am going to be specific as to what you can do if, in fact, you are not the strongest man in the world. So, if you are the strongest man in the world, it's pretty simple, right? You keep your wrist straight, your thumb is showing, they say go, you absolutely take the guy in your lane and you dispose of him easily. However, every once in a while, you can utilize everything there is around you during that match, meaning the referee is here. The match can happen a lot of different ways. I can show my thumbnail. I can cap my thumbs. I can false start. I can control certain things. I am going to give you a step-by-step, 100% real life theory and actual plan on how to beat someone that may, in fact, be a little bit stronger than you that day.
No. Because I've been to one of your seminars. I remember it was in Moldova where I heard you speak for the first time on this sort of stuff. And correct me if I'm wrong, you like to go into every match with the assumption or behaving as though you are the weaker man. Is that correct?
Well, let's prepare for that in case we are ever in that position. Me personally, whenever the prize is really big, I'm always that person. So, and I usually get in trouble the very second that I think I'm not that person anymore. And that other role where you let guys do whatever they want and you still beat them, that way it's not that easy for me. If I need to take my opponent out of his lane and make sure that we are driving in my lane. And we're going to talk about all that stuff. So I'm pretty sure there, and especially with you guys, I mean, you fucking people are like in the 1890s over there. Okay. the stuff that I am going to say is going to have, I mean, your freaking brains are just going to swell, right? I mean, you've been exposed a little bit, but the rest of your guys, yeah, it's going to be good shit. Because in my opinion, there will never be an Australian guy that can go at it as if he is the strongest man in the world. Mm-hmm. So this is like your country creed and motto is you better get ready for beat the guy who's stronger than you.
Because, be weak.
Yeah. Well, just accept the fact of who you are, right? I mean, it's not hard for me to know that.
That's honestly, I think, one of the most enjoyable things about this sport is when you know you're actually physically the weaker guy, yet you still walk away with a W. That's a very satisfying moment. Very satisfying.
And you don't even spend any time worrying about the fact that you are weaker. We've already acknowledged that. Now, watch how I win. And then if you can find a guy that you feel that he's not as strong as another guy, but he is able to win, well, that's the guy you need to check out. It's just like being a trainer, right? Everyone walks in and they want the biggest, strongest, most pretty looking trainer in the world. That guy has had no adversity. Give me the guy who used to weigh 400 pounds and now looks like a bodybuilder. That's the guy that I want to know what happened. So don't be so impressed with John Brzenk and Levon and Pushkar's technique. Be more impressed with anyone who has ever been able to make those guys work or even able to beat those guys.
Yeah, no. So no doubt we're going to get the opportunity to hear a lot of random Travis Bagent stories and all sort of stuff as well. YouTube, one of the best parts about being part of this seminar on February 6th is that you are going to get the opportunity to ask Travis Bagent questions yourself. So if you
one question each. No, don't go crazy.
Well, we got Travis for 7 hours if we need him. You ask all the questions.
Oh my!
We're gonna keep Travis up. We're gonna get him past.
Hey, I'm working. Hey, $250 an hour. You keep me as long as you want, young man. I'm in.
But guys, seriously,
do you know what's going on this weekend?
You tell me.
So in Martinsburg, West Virginia, right where you were, right in this town where you stayed, where you spent Thanksgiving, we are having Sarah Bachman, Todd Hutchings, Paul Lynn, Michelle Dugan, myself. We are all doing a seminar. We're having a arm wrestling tournament that night, single elimination. We've already got guys like Bill Runkle, Eric Hattrick, Frank Hurst, Anthony Snook, Junior Hostler, one weight class, along with the Expedition boxing match between Barry H. Bourne and Dave Morocco. So,
can Dave Morocco even jab with that arm? Like his arm doesn't straighten.
No. Dave Morocco is in big trouble. He's been telling me for 25 years he's the toughest guy that ever lived, and we're going to find out because I think Barry Bourne's got it. Barry Bourne's got it. Yeah, I mean, I've tried to hit the big punching bag. I don't look as good as Barry looked. I'll tell you that much.
Okay. Well, that's going to be entertaining.
So all of you Aussie fans, listen, at 1:15 Eastern Standard Time. You keep talking about Pacific. I don't know nothing about Pacific. Eastern Standard Time, 1 p.m., Travis Bagent Unfiltered. You guys can watch the seminar. You can watch the boxing, everything live for free. Not like Ryan charging y'all. This is for free on Travis Bagent Unfiltered. So come check it out.
You're just like stealing this preview totally, man.
The good thing is they won't have the access you guys do in this seminar. They're just going to get the brief run through.
No, yeah. So the seminar on February 6th, guys, it's going to be an intimate crowd. If you're there for the Krasny across the Dinov, you saw that you really did get the chance to spend a lot of time deep in the mind of Travis or Krasny or whoever it was. And you're going to get that opportunity again. So if you want to be part of it, hit the Join Now button on the YouTube link, and you'll make sure you pick the level that is coaching and seminars, and you'll get to actually see all the old stuff in there as well, all the training footage from Lachlan and his programs. The Krasny seminar and the Travis seminar will be coming up February 6th, so don't miss it. Travis, the $1 Million Man.
One question: have you made arrangements on coming to the United States of America yet?
I haven't personally pulled the trigger on any international booking. Reason being, it's it's hard to get back into Australia. Getting out of Australia, you first of all you need to get government approval to get out of Australia. There's no recreational travel. So I can get out based on my business, but getting back into Australia is not so clear. You have to do a 2-week mandatory quarantine in a hotel where you literally can't leave the room for 2 weeks. And you have to get it. There's only a certain amount of returns to Australia that the government is permitting per month, and so you've got to get in a queue. So it's a big commitment to leave Australia right now because just getting back hard.
Well, we're all anxious for you guys to get out of there because if we stay in this much longer, you and Lachey are going to be the fucking super heavyweight champions of the world without ever even arm wrestling anybody. I mean, I've never seen guys move up the order. You guys keep moving up. They ain't even arm wrestling anybody. It's just every time I look at his forearm, I just move him up the rankings 2 more spots.
Yeah, man. Lachlan Adair's forearm is crazy. Yeah, that's legit. We are so excited about leaving Australia to see where we're at. Where
yeah, wouldn't you? Yeah, you're looking to be around other men. That would be awesome. Let me ask you a question straight up. How strong is he? Where's he at?
No, Lachlan is phenomenal. You felt Lachlan in Arizona a year and a half ago, man. He has stepped up significantly in every regard since then. Scary strong, proper scary strong. I believe in like all of that talk about world records, back pressure, this, all that. If you measure Lachlan's mechanical strength on anything, wrist flexion, pronation, back pressure, side pressure, his numbers are top tier, no matter who you're talking about. So
that's pretty awesome. And he's a good guy, so that's great. That's great news for everybody.
Yeah. But anyway, I can still beat him. That's all good.
Yeah. Well, no doubt. No doubt. No one has made the climb that you've had. No one has.
Yeah.
I mean.
Yeah. I'm a big believer in the Travis Bagent style starts. Like that's what propels me. Is that hiding the threat and the explosivity, the timing.
Yeah, and it's not because you have to use it all the time. It's because you may need to use it once.
Yeah.
So you got to have it. I mean, there's no reason not to have it. So I agree.
All right, Travis. Well, thank you for joining us here today, man. We're going to kill it here. But guys, check us out February 6th. Hit the join now button now, and you'll be part of the action. All right, man.
I can't wait.